Welcome to Flow. Let's get started. Today we'll start off in a kneeling position. Bring your hands to rest on your thighs. Your palms can be pointing up or pointing down. Allow your eyes to close or find a soft gaze. Take these first few moments to bring focus and awareness to your breathing. With every inhale, feel expansion through your ribs and your back body. Every exhale, allow your spine to grow a little bit taller. Feel your shoulders release away from your ears. Take a few more moments of silent breath. And we'll start with some circular motion. So bring your right hand outside of your right pinky toe. Bring your left arm up overhead. And then option to push your hips away from your heels and hold here for a few moments. Open through the front side of your body, big breath in. And then lower your hips and swirl this around nice and slow to the opposite side. So your left hand comes outside of your left pinky toe. Push your hips forward, open through your heart space, right arm over right ear. And we take this again, very gentle circular motion. Lower your hips. Bring your right hand outside of your right pinky toe, push the hips forward, open through your heart space. And switch, lower your hips, bring your left hand down, reach your right arm up and over, push the hips forward. And find a few more like this. Maybe start to move at your own pace if you'd like to go a little bit quicker or slower. Feel free to linger longer on any of these postures. And we'll take one more time each side. Find juicy and expansive movement through your front body, through your back body. Allow the fronts of your hips to open. And then after this last one, bring yourself through to center and move to a tabletop position. From this tabletop position, walk your hands so they come over to the right diagonal of your mat and slightly out in front of your shoulders, but keep your knees where they are. Inhale, cow spine, arch through your spine. Exhale, cat spine. Think of pulling your hips over to the left. And then take that again. Inhale, arch through your spine. And exhale, cat spine, pull your hips to the left. So it's a cat-cow on a diagonal, maybe feeling a little more activation or lengthening all along the left lower back. Find a few more of these, your own cadence, your own pace. Breath doesn't exactly have to match, but just make sure that you are infusing breath with movement. Take one or two more here. Just a way to awaken through the spine, through your outer left hip. And then bring your spine, your hands back to neutral, back to center, and start to walk your hands over to the left diagonal. Now your hands could be slightly forward in front of your shoulders as we start to take this on the opposite side. So inhale, arch through your spine. Think of diving your chest forward and up as you lift your chin and your gaze. And then on your exhale, actively push into your palms and send your hips over to the right diagonal. And find a few more of these. You can go a little bit quicker, go a little bit slower. Feel free to hold and linger with breath. And then bring yourself back to a neutral position. Come to stand on your knees and step your right foot in front. So you're coming into a 90-90 lunge. You can tuck your back toes under, bring your fists together at your chest, and then rotate to the right, and then back to front. And again, rotate to the right and back to front. This time, rotate to the right and hold. Bring your left elbow down to your right thigh. Punch your top fist into your bottom fist. Rotate your heart space up to the ceiling. Now you can keep your back knee down or option to float your back knee up off the ground. Continue to lengthen through the crown of your head. Continue to lengthen through your back heel. Open your arms so your left hand comes down and your right arm comes up and then over your right ear. And then option to allow your left ear to lower down to your left shoulder. Breathe into this space. Continue to energize through your back left heel. And now bring your right hand down to the ground, lower your back knee, and start to shift your hips back. So you rotate your torso to the right. Flex through your right foot a lot and continue to pull your hips back. Take about 3 big breaths here. And we're going to move between these two postures. So crawl yourself back to your twisted low lunge, flip your back toes, Left hand is down, right arm is up and over with an option to lower your left ear. And hold for about 3 big breaths. Think of the length through your back heel. And then lower your back knee, bring your right hand down, shift your hips back. Twisted hamstring opener. An opportunity to focus a little more on your outer right thigh, your IT band. 3 big breaths. After your 3 breaths, move yourself back forward. Left hand is down, right arm is up and over. Option to weight your left ear to your left shoulder. Pull your right hip back. 3 big breaths. And lower your back knee, shift your hips back into your twisted hamstring opener. Breathe in. Breathe out. And then slowly make your way back to a little lunge position. Keep your back knee down. Bring both of your hands inside of your right leg and just let your right leg swing around out to the side. Open your knees a bit wider, find a child's pose. Let your hips be heavy to your heels. Maybe your forehead makes contact with the ground. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. Feel it inflate as you inhale. And as you exhale, go a little deeper into the posture. Walk your fingertips over to the right diagonal of your mat and send your hips over to the left. Find a counter stretch. Your left fingertips actively pull away from the left hip. Breathe in and breathe out. And then move yourself back to center and crawl your fingertips over to the left diagonal of your mat. Send your hips over to the right. Counter stretch, pull your right fingertips away from your right hip. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bring yourself back through center and come on up to stand on your knees. We'll take all of this on the second side. Step your left foot in front. Make fists at your chest. You can flip your back toes under for a little bit of balance. Rotate to the left and then rotate back front. And take that again. Rotate to the left. Rotate back front. One more time. Rotate to the left and hold. Bring your right forearm down to your left thigh. Option to stay here. Option to flip your back toes and lift your back knee. For this moment, actively push the top fist into the bottom fist so you can really roll your heart space open to the ceiling. And then try to maintain this intentional twist as you release your arms. Bring your right hand down to the ground, stretch your left arm up to the ceiling. And then reach your left arm over your left ear. Option to weight your right ear down to your right shoulder. What's going on with your jaw and your lips? Release any tension you're holding on to. Lower your back knee, shift your hips back, twisted hamstring opener. Walk your hands outside of your left leg, flex your left foot, take about 3 big breaths. And we'll move between these 2 postures. So crawl yourself back forward, lift your back knee, stretch your left arm over your left ear as you pull your left hip back. 3 big breaths here. And then repeat. Gently lower your back knee, shift your hips back, find this twisted position with your hands over to the left. And then slowly make your way back to your twisted lunge. Lift your back knee, bring your right hand down, reach your left arm up. Feel the stretch from your left fingertips all the way to your back right heel. Fan your left rib cage up towards the ceiling. And then lower your back knee, shift your hips back. Allow yourself to rotate and twist through the torso a little more to the left. Think of your hips pulling back to the right heel. Take a breath in and breath out. And slowly make your way back forward and bring your left leg out and around. Come back to a child's pose. Give yourself about 3 big breaths in your child's pose. Again, breathe into that space between your shoulder blades. Inflate through your ribs out to the side. Inflate into your lower back. And then slowly make your way back to tabletop. Flip your toes under, find downward facing dog. Lift your right leg, bend your right knee, open your hip. Push your right foot towards the left side of the space. Allow the front of your hip to open up. And then step your right foot so it comes between your hands, lower your back knee. Bring your right forearm to your right thigh, lift your left arm up, and start to tip your body to the right. Now you can keep your right forearm on your right thigh, or if you feel like it's accessible to you, bring your right fingertips down to the ground, reach your left arm up and over. Continue to push your hips forward. Breathe here, lean as much as you can over to the right. Take a few more moments of breath. Bring your left hand down, flip your back toes. Once again, three-legged dog, right leg up into the air. Bend your right knee, open your hip, and place your right foot down to the mat. Left side, lift your left foot, bend your left knee, push the bottom of your left foot over to the right side of your space. Allow your left hip to peel open. And then step your left foot so it comes between your hands. Lower your back knee down to the mat. Bring your left forearm onto your left thigh, reach your right arm up, and then start to tip your right fingertips over to the left. Option to keep your left forearm on your thigh or to bring your left fingertips out to the left side. In either option, continue to push your hips forward. Think of fanning open through the right side rib cage. Feel that space and distance you can create between your right bottom rib and the top of your right hip. Bring your right hand down, flip your back toes, three-legged dog once again. Bend your left knee, peel your left hip open. And downward facing dog. Lower your knees down to the ground and bring yourself to a seat. Once you're sitting, extend your right leg out to a diagonal. Bend your left knee, bring the bottom of your left foot to your inner right thigh. And then tip your body over to the right, reach your left arm up and over. And again, imagine fanning your left rib cage up towards the ceiling. And now swirl your left arm around, bring your left hand behind your left hip, push your hips forward and up. Reach your right arm back behind you. And move between these two postures. So the right arm sweeps around, the left arm stretches up overhead. And then swirl your body around again, left hand behind left hip. Lift your hips up, push your hips forward, open through the front of your body. And we do this about 2 more times. You can move at your own pace. Feel free to linger a little bit longer in any of these positions. And allow a little bit of playful freedom here as you're sweeping through. Think of expansion. How big can you get through your body? This last one, lower your hips down. We'll move right to the opposite side. So extend your left leg, bend your right knee, sit up nice and tall to start, and then tip your body over towards the left so your right arm comes up and over. Fan your right rib cage up to the ceiling. And then start to sweep your right fingertips down and around. Right hand comes down, push the hips up, open through your heart space. Reach back with your left hand. And then gently lower your hips, circle around again. Nice big side body stretch through the right. And we take this about 2 or 3 more times. When you're coming into your back bend, really allow the front of your body to open up. Reach back with your hand, open up through your ribs and your chest. And we'll take 1 more set here. Find the fluidity through movement. With each round, allow yourself to be more expansive through your fingertips, through your ribs, through your hips. And last one, bring yourself down to sit. Come to a cross-legged seat, bring your hands to rest on your knees or your thighs. Allow your eyes to close or find a soft gaze. And we'll end as we began, bringing focus into the body, into the breath, And notice any differences or shifts you may feel, maybe physically, maybe mentally. Take a moment of gratitude for yourself for carving out this time for intentional movement and breath. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. Thank you for joining us today. And that's your flow.